Hello and welcome to episode 48 of the Youth Intake Challenge with Dulwich Hamlet. We're in our 16th season, which is our third season in the Championship. Things are bottoming out a little bit. We're not really challenging up the top end. We're not really falling down the bottom end. We've hit a bit of a stagnant period where we need a bit of development to take place before we can make the next step. So we'll have a quick look, review the squad, see where we might have some issues, see what we're doing in terms of improving the infrastructure, and see what the plans are moving forward. And as usual, first place to start really is the league table. So you can see as per last season, we're in that kind of top half of the table. We're currently sat 14th, 26 points from 22 games, so it's not too bad. But I think you can already see that gap of 15 points to Plymouth is probably not something we're going to be able to close down this season. It's not impossible, but I think when we go through the squad in a minute, you'll see the reasons why we're probably not going to be able to do it this season. But again, we'll try our best. We're going to do a bit of formation change moving on from the second half of the season, and maybe that'll change our fortunes and get us a few more points. FA Cup wise, got an away tie at Fulham. Again, I don't really see us doing too much in that trophy. I would expect Fulham are probably going to put us out, especially them being the home team as well, but managing expectations. And Carabao Cup, we got put out by Crystal Palace, who over the last few seasons have put us out a few trophies, so they're starting to become our bogey team really, I think. Moving on to the squad and what I was going to talk about in terms of the players. Now, one of your ways at looking how good your squad, etc., is the ability and potential markers, which you get from your coaching staff. And pay a little bit of a pinch of salt to them because they're not always 100% accurate. It's based on how good your coaches are, etc. Now, we've got a fairly good spread of current ability to potential. But what I think that actually equates to is it's a benchmark of your squad against itself. So it doesn't mean we've got loads of Premier League quality players in development here. What it means is, in relation to the best and the worst team at our club and the averages from our squad, that's where the players kind of work out. So I think the way to put it into perspective is we take Ingley and Fredericks and look at the reports for him. He is a good Sky Bet League 2 player playing in the Championship. So realistically, we're probably 2 divisions low in our first choice goalkeeper, which is making it very difficult for us to kind of challenge at the top end. Now, it's not the end of the world. He's unlikely to improve, but we do have players coming through, such as Caden Kays and Danny Calder. And if you look at their reports, for example, he could improve a lot. That probably means he's at least Championship level, can possibly go to Premier League with the right training and such. So it's not the end of the world where we currently are with a goalkeeper, but what we need to do is make sure the facilities are in place for these young players to realise their potential. Now, what I did earlier is I skimmed through all of our players, and you like Tony Dunk, our starting striker, good Sky Bet League 2 player. Now, he's potential to be Championship, but he's not there yet. So again, that's a couple players playing at League 2 level already before you even get started. And I think when you go through the entire squad, the only ones we've got who are at that kind of Championship level at the minute is Callum Coleman, who was our player of the season 2 years running, not last year but a couple of years before. Really good solid player, can still improve, so he might well be Premier League standard. And the other one we've got in here, if I can find him, is Jedi Mandanda, of our centre midfielders. He should be in here somewhere. There he goes. So again, decent Sky Bet Championship player, could improve a lot, so he's probably a Premier League standard if he realises his potential. But that's only 2 out of a huge 25-man squad. So what we need to do is get the rest of the players to kind of catch up on ability. And that means we might need to tread ground or tread water a little bit for a couple of seasons while some of the average age of the squad's low anyway, but we need some of these players in that kind of low to mid-20s area with high potential to start realising on some of that and move up and bolster the squad, etc. The other thing to really look at in terms of the squad development is in the planner, and I've been saying it for a number of seasons now, but left back's becoming a bit of a troublesome area for us. We've got Louis Brathwaite. Again, when you look at his report, good Sky Bet League 2 player, close to his full potential, so he's not going to get any better. Now, we have got Collins and Yango, who we're going to try and train to play within that position. And again, when you look at his report, potentially Sky Bet Championship standard. However, he's currently on a lead in Vanarama North-South, so it's closing that gap across a number of positions to get us fully Championship competitive and ready, because I think even if we did somehow manage to scrape up a division, we're way off where we need to be. All that being said, The development centre is looking good. There's no more first team candidates in the under 21s, etc. Huge number of the under 21 players we've sent out on loan. So you can see Dimitri Addis has gone out on loan. He's got an option to buy. Matt Mulligan, who I did want to keep as a first team reserve centre back, he wants the playing time and he needs the playing time to develop. So I've kind of taken a little bit of a hit and I've let our best reserve goalkeeper and best centre half and one of our best reserve wingers go out on loan. James Healy as well, John O'Carr, Kent Cheney, just to see if they can get that experience on a loan club and we can bring them back in and kind of speed up the process a little bit, because we're not able to give all 25 players the exposure they need to the squad to get the development they need. So that's where we are squad wise. I don't think it's terrible. I think we're fairly safe in the Championship. I think it's just going to be a season or two to kind of turn them numbers around. Finance wise, still going down. Might still need a big sale at some point of another player. However, I think when we go into the club vision and look at the board, the stadium expansion is going to be finished in a week. That'll increase some more revenue, so hopefully that'll stop the rot to an extent. The training facilities are going to be improved again in 3 months, which will bring up to, I think it's very good or excellent. If we just have a quick look at the facilities. Training facilities are good at the minute, so they're probably good to very good. Again, the youth facilities are good. Exceptional academy and recruiting. So again, things are going good. We've still not got an affiliate yet. I did go looking for one, but for some reason it got turned off. So if I just go back to the board, senior affiliate got cancelled for some bizarre reason. I'm not sure why. They did agree to it initially, but whether it was we were unable to find one, I'm not sure. But that's not happened. What else do we need to look at? I mean, the schedule wise, since you were last with us, a good little run in September, 3 out of 3. We actually picked up manager of the month that season. We swapped to a defensive tactic in them games as well. We started defensive and played defensive the whole game. We might try that again. Dynamics wise is all good. Tactics is the other thing to probably look at. Is I'm going to go with an attacking midfielder. So what I've done is looking at the analysis of the coverage areas on the pitch. I've dropped the 2 centre mids slightly deeper to cover that period and that area in front of the back four, and given us another option moving forward because we weren't really capitalising on the opportunities up front. So again, hopefully that'll work. We've not tried it yet. We'll use it for the second half of the season. If it's not working out, we'll revert back to a defensive midfielder. However, our defensive midfielder is Carl Peterson, who again, when you look at the reports, is good Sky Bet League 2 and he's close to full potential. So until De Havilland, Tahiri, etc. catch that gap up, we're kind of stuck where we are. Squad wise, I mean, it's your usual kind of top players that you would expect. Tony Dunk having another really good season. Knocks ball past opponent, tries first time shots. He's already got 11 goals this season in the Championship, so he might get past that 20. We're beyond halfway this season, so he might quite make it. His development and progress, again, all-time stat-wise, slight technical, major overall, major physical. So again, good, but he's still got a lot of room to grow, and we're starting to get the facilities in and the staff around it, which is the other place we need to visit. We have expanded the number of coaches we've got. We've got the best stats for defensive coaching. We're above average for most of the other ones. We're above average for the recruitment team, although we don't sign any players. But looking at potential and the players we've got at the club, it's looking pretty good. The only one we're a bit low on is your medical team. We have got a couple extra ones in there. However, we're still woefully off where the rest of them are. But that should pick up as we go along. Final thing to look at then is the preview of the youth intake. Now, like I've said before, what we really need is fullbacks. We've got the intake preview come in. Unfortunately, goalkeepers is at the top of the list, which I think we're all right for goalkeepers. We've got 2 or 3 really good ones with potential up to 5-star. I could have done with something else at the top of there, to be honest. Strikers, again, we've got a couple of good ones in there, unless one of these is blessed with pace and finishing. I'm not sure that's the area we really wanted. So although it looks good with a couple of A's up there, they're the 2 positions we want the least. Fullback, I mean, that's the next best. We really need a left fullback to come out of that intake. There's only one left back, one right back in there, so chances are it won't be. But again, when you're looking at the spread of players there, you've got 3 strikers, 3 centre halves. one of each centre or midfielder type and not a lot on the wings. So we're really going to struggle with this next intake. It's going to be rough as it sees into next season, but that's where we are. Once again, thanks for watching. I hope this has been a good update as to where we are at this stage of the season, halfway through. Like I said, it's not terrible, but I think there's a realisation that we've got a couple of years of transition to get some of these players to realise potential, and changing them facility stats upwards to make sure we get the maximum out of them. But until next time, enjoy your saves, enjoy your whatever you're doing on Football Manager, whether that's a youth intake change, where you're doing a foreign nation, build a nation, or just taking one of the big clubs for a rebuild. It's probably one of the best games to play because it's so diverse in what you can do. I'm going to put myself through the pain of listening to Everton playing the Carabao Cup tonight against Doncaster. Hopefully start some of the new signings, and hopefully we get a much better result than Tottenham, and even better than that, if we just score a goal tonight, I'll be happy. So until next time, take care, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you soon.